Hello, Brian Ellis here with Self-Directed Investor Society. Last night was the Super Bowl, the Patriots versus the Rams, and I don't care about the Patriots, don't care about the Rams, don't care about the NFL, used to care a little bit, don't care at all anymore. But there is a very interesting lesson that you and I as self-directed investors can draw out of that game, and that is this. That game had fewer points scored in it than any other Super Bowl in history. It was a 13-3 victory for the Patriots. 13-3. Now that's, if you're not a football person, that's a really low score, very unusual, lowest ever in history where the Super Bowl is concerned. But here's the thing. The size of the score doesn't matter. At the end of the game, all that matters is that one team had more points than the other, and that team is the winner nevertheless. It's not that they won by a little bit. It doesn't matter. They won. It's a binary sort of thing. Either you have enough or you don't. So that's really the idea from last night. Now, the financial equivalent for you and for me is this kind of concept of keeping up with the Joneses. I'm not going to go into that because we all know that it would be kind of stupid to use your money just to keep up with somebody else's lifestyle or do anything of that nature. But the Joneses, they really don't matter. But the expenses of your own life and your own needs, they do matter. That's what really does matter. And the direct application of this to you and to me is the notion of self-directed IRA fees. What do you actually have to pay to use this powerful tool, the self-directed IRA that we all really know and love? And on that note, by the way, I would like to point out that just yesterday, we released a brand new version of the definitive guide to self-directed IRAs. And it is excellent. Somebody's asking for it right now, apparently. It is excellent. You can text the word IRA guide to 833-212-2112, and we'll be happy to send you a copy at no cost to you. Normal message and data rates do apply, but just text IRA guide to 833-212-2112, and we'll be happy to send you a copy of that. Now, back to self-directed IRA fees. Let's imagine that you have 10 houses in your portfolio, 10 houses. That's modest, that's very common, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I looked up the IRA fee structure for a particular IRA company this morning, and it's a good company. It's one that I recommend to a lot of people. They do a good job. Their fees are neither high nor low. It's very typical what they charge. And what they charge is basically about $300 per year per asset. $300 per year per asset. So in our hypothetical, if you have 10 houses or 10 assets in your self-directed IRA, that means you're paying $300 times 10 every year. That's $3,000. That's $3,000 per year. Now, that feels like a lot to me, but in context, think about this. With your IRA, you can contribute to your IRA every year a maximum of $6,000 per year. $6,000 per year is your max contribution. So that means at that expense ratio, half of the money you put into your IRA every year is going to fees. That seems like a lot to me. And the truth is, that's not an expensive fee structure. That's pretty normal. So I don't want you to think about it as $3,000 a year, though, because that really misses the bigger picture. What I want you to understand is this: $3,000 a year over 20 years at a decent interest rate, that's almost $200,000. $200,000. That's huge. That's the number that I want you to focus on. So the question is, how do we minimize that? How do we cut that down? Well, there are two ways that I can think of. The first one is to use something called a checkbook IRA. We're not going to get into the specifics of the checkbook IRA, but I want you to think about it like this. If you were to use your IRA to buy shares of, say, McDonald's happens to own a lot of real estate throughout the world. They own a lot of real estate throughout the world. So if you buy a share of McDonald's in your IRA, even your self-directed IRA, do you have to pay a fee based on all of the real estate that McDonald's owns? No, you don't, because you don't own that real estate. What you own is a share of McDonald's stock. And so what you pay is a fee based on the fact that you own stock, no matter how much real estate and how many other assets they own. You're paying your fees based on the fact that you own a single stock. Well, you can do the same thing in your self-directed IRA in a very easy way by, instead of owning all of your real estate directly in the name of your IRA, instead what you could do is use the money in your IRA to set up an LLC, which is just a type of business entity. And own or purchase all of your real estate in the name of the LLC instead of in the name of your IRA directly like normal. What this does is, from the vantage point of your self-directed IRA provider, they only see that you have one asset, because to them, the only asset you have is the LLC in your account. You own the shares of that LLC. But inside that LLC is all of the other properties, those 10 houses that you have purchased. But now the difference is that you only have to pay an annual commission to them, an annual fee based on one asset instead of 10. So instead of $3,000 a year, you're talking about $300 a year. That's a massive, massive difference, my friends. Now, the second way I can think of to cut those fees down is to use what's called a solo 401k. Now, not everybody can use a solo 401k. You have to be a business owner and meet some other qualifications. But if you can use a solo 401k, you really should. And one of the many reasons why is that with a solo 401k, you are the administrator. There's no legal requirement for there to be a third-party custodian involved in your transaction and involved in the administration of your account at all. That's just not required with a solo 401k like it is with an IRA. And so there are no per asset or per transaction fees that are associated directly with the account. That's completely up to you. You handle it all. You do it directly. Now, there will be a little bit more administration, not a lot, frankly, but a little bit more administration involved if you're using a solo 401k versus a self-directed IRA. It'll be about the same as if you use a checkbook IRA with or a checkbook account with an IRA versus using a solo 401k. Those are really about the same. So, but the difference really is very, very minimal. But the amount that a solo 401k can save you over the years is massive, 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 because you just don't owe any custodial fees at all. So that's huge, my friends. Those two things, using a checkbook IRA or a solo 401k, can save you a lot of money. And again, I'd like to encourage you to text the word IRA Guide to 833-212-2112 to get the updated edition of the definitive guide to self-directed IRAs, where we really go into IRAs, self-directed IRAs, what they're about, what they can do, what the landmines are, what the pitfalls are, how to avoid those. And it's a really excellent resource, and it's available to you at no cost by just texting the word IRA Guide, no spaces, no periods, just IRAGUIDE. Text that to 833-212-2112. Thanks for joining me today, my friends. See you tomorrow.